Welcome to This Is the Day with me, Bo Chansey, and I'm a little hesitant right now to introduce, once again, Johanna Beachy.
It's me!
Yeah,
Yes!
yeah.
Here we go!
Whoa, ray of sunshine right now, but
Come on!
moments ago, she admitted to being grouchy.
A little bit.
Little grouchypotamus over here next to me, and I'm scared of her when she's happy. So, yeah, you know those plexiglass barriers you're seeing and stuff?
We should probably get one.
Yeah, I'm like no, welcome to This Is the Day. Welcome.
Good morning.
Johanna. I know. You turn on the cheer.
I'm already happier just because I'm here with all of you.
I know you are.
You know, it's already lifting my spirits and cheering me up.
That's the thing. The thing. It can be very genuine. You know, when you're like, okay, it's time for me to be cheery.
Yes.
All right, that's okay, but that doesn't mean it's disingenuous. It's like I want to be cheery, I want to be happy, I want to be encouraging and uplifting, and so I will be. And you?
Yep, I feel that. I'm like, no, I don't want to be grouchy today. I want to be cheerful.
Yeah, I've noticed that, like, one of my favorite things about New Englanders is, you know, you get what you get at face value.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that too.
I love it too. You know, they're not passive aggressive. They're generally aggressive.
Aggressive.
Which is my preferred aggressiveness.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But one of the things I think like you can get lost in that is not realizing that you can change your mind.
Yes, definitely.
And you can be like just because you may be in a bad mood doesn't mean you have to stay there.
Yeah, you're not actually trapped in it. You can choose different track, switching over.
Sure. You can start off in a bad mood. Like so you had a reason too. What was you were a little grouchy? What happened? Let's hear about it.
I brought in my cup of coffee. And it's like I drink particular coffee. I pick it out at the grocery store. It's the coffee that I like. I drink it black, but it's like the brand of coffee that I like. Brought it in, was all settled in, and then spilled it. The coffee went everywhere. On one of the auditorium seats, actually.
Yeah.
So I had to clean up that mess. So it just, it doesn't like start out the day well, and it's easy to be like, okay, I'm just like pissed off now about this. I'm like, no, I don't have to be. It's not gonna set the tone for my day. Because I still had enough coffee left for a few sips. So I still got some coffee.
Just
don't worry, I've had coffee this morning.
Well, you know, like I said, I trust you.
Yeah.
But it is true. Some days start off like that. You spill the coffee. So what are you gonna do the rest of the day?
Right.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, you could be like, well, there goes my day, like it's shot. Or you could be like, nope, that happened, moving on.
Let's go. Yeah.
Fresh start.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. And I get a fresh start by being here with you guys.
I know you do. So good morning to all of you. Good morning,
Good
Johanna.
morning. Good morning.
Yep. So we're not sure how your day has gone up to right now.
Right.
But we would invite you in to this space on This Is the Day where you can make some choices and decisions to make this like an amazing day.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah, it's kind of what you bring to it. Or maybe it won't be like the greatest day for you, but how can you make somebody else's day?
See, that will probably help lift your spirits if you're encouraging and cheering up other people.
Always does.
Oh, yeah.
Always does. If you know an encourager, somebody who encourages other people, they usually are much happier.
Yeah,
It's pretty
it's
cool.
very true.
I know. Yep. So when we share encouragement, that's a good thing. So sharing is good.
Sharing is very good. Yeah.
We know that with kids. I'm a
Sharing,
parent. You know, your family life pastor. That's.
Yep.
Yeah,
We teach that all the time. You should share.
What's
Not only for the other people, but you should share because it's better for you.
Well, yeah,
You'll
it's
be
great.
healthier.
Yeah, great for your heart when you share. Always. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then others benefit as well. So something just to kind of get you in the sharing zone. You can share the show.
Share the show.
Yeah.
Start right there.
Yeah. Join the Show Sharer Club. Welcome into the
Show sharer.
Show Sharing Zone.
Yep.
As a proud member of the Show Sharer Club.
The Show Sharer Club. I want something else with Show Sharer Club that works.
Show Sharer Society.
Society.
It's the Show Sharer Society.
There we go.
Show Sharer Society. That's how
That's what it is. Show Sharer Society.
It's a very formal society that hails from across the pond. It's the Show Sharer Society. It's a click and a share.
Hampshire. And you could be a part of it.
It's simple. Click and a share. Share the show, and if you do it, you might get a mug. Now you know.
Clink.
Right? Let's clink. I know. Come on.
Actually, okay.
Get in on that. Let's clink them. Someone's that. Yep. Whoa.
So good.
refreshing.
There is no other mug like them.
Nothing like this. I know, like right now, you're not even thinking about that coffee you spilled anymore because you took a sip out of a This Is the Day mug.
Sure did.
And I know you're thinking to yourself, Self, how do I get one of those bad boys?
There's only one way.
One way and one way only. You got to share the show. And if you share the show, you might get a mug. Click and share, you might get a mug. So the way this works is at the end of the day, our producer will select at random somebody who has shared the show, whether on Facebook or YouTube, whether live or on demand, anytime in the day.
Or later.
Yeah, share the show anytime during the show, share it. And if you do that, you'll be entered into our contest. We're giving away a mug a day until we run out. So we have a winner.
Oh, okay. Winner for today.
Absolutely. Our producer, Eric Vines, is back. So Eric, tell us who wins our mug today.
Yes, so the winner for today is Michelle Dennis. Congratulations, Michelle. You win your very own This Is the Day mug.
Michelle
There we go.
Dennis. I love that lady.
She's pretty cool.
She is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome already, but her life is about to change.
It is about to get even better.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Like she's here, and then she's gonna get one of
like-
these in the mail.
Wow. I mean, I can't even reach.
I know.
Wow.
I kept going up. It was amazing. This mug will do all kinds of things.
I can't wait to visit with Michelle after she's had this mug in her life. It's going to be an extraordinary experience.
Yeah. So Michelle, when you get the mug, could you please
little
send
picture?
us a picture of you with your mug, a mug with a mug,
A mug and your mug.
a mug and a mug. Yeah. So way to go, Michelle Dennis. So
Congratulations.
who's gonna win today?
Could be you.
Could
Just
be
share
you.
the show.
The Show Sharer Society.
Show Sharer Society.
Yes. All right. Oh, so many wonderful things can happen in a day.
Yeah, they really can.
Yeah. So, this is the day.
This is the day.
What did you do last night?
Yep. Last night was a Tuesday. Let's see. All right. I mean, it was kind of a typical routine. Did grocery shopping, food prep. But I have to say, so I was a little feeling a little bit tired, kind of almost like the soul weary type of a day. So I ended up having this little at-home worship session last night, and it was so good. So I was cutting up vegetables. And I've gotten into this habit now whenever I'm in my kitchen doing anything with food that I'll put on worship music. I have a playlist that I'll just put on. And a lot of times it's just kind of in the background. But last night it was like, man, this is what I needed. This was what so I was just right there chopping up my vegetables and worshiping. And it was really, I loved it. It was so good. Yeah, and I'm having fun getting different vegetables and trying them out. So I got this different type of kale that I've never gotten before. It was really weird looking. We have a picture because the guy, the kid at the grocery checkout, he was like, "This looks like something that would grow on an alien planet," which I kind of agree. It's true. But I was thinking as I was having my worship session and chopping up this food, I haven't actually thought a whole lot about this yet. I'm going to process it with you guys right here. I feel like I worship more when I'm chopping up stuff that's grown from the ground. It's like a direct connection to God's provision or something like that. When I'm like, man, this food, look what he created. He created this food for us to eat. That might be weird, but it was a part of my worship session. I was worshiping with vegetables last night that God grew in the ground for us and provided for our health and benefit. So that was my last night. I had a vegetable and worship playlist night.
Maybe create a whole new genre of worship music, like Lord, I chopped your kale
There
on
you go.
high.
Yes.
Come on.
Lord,
I
I
would do
love to slice your onions. I'm so
Yep.
glad for broccoli.
I was chopping broccoli. Yes.
Chopping broccoli.
Yeah.
You gave me cauliflower, and I chop it up with my bell peppers.
Yeah.
Gonna stir fry it in a pot. I don't know what's going on.
Vegetable worship session. That's what's going on.
Okay. Johanna.
Yes.
I was seriously contemplating. I'm going to confession right now.
Okay.
Seriously contemplating making fun of how lame your life must be. Then when I asked you what you did last night, you showed me a picture of kale.
Of kale.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not embarrassed about it at all.
I know, and I love that about you. And then as I was thinking about making fun of you for that, I realized I don't even have that. I got nothing.
No.
I mean, really, like I watched a documentary. I
Those
don't
can be
remember.
cool.
I love documentaries, but I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't.
I think my vegetables were more exciting than your documentary.
I do too. Yeah. Well, and the worship. Yeah.
Yeah?
That's cool. I love. I like to wash dishes. I do.
I often will put worship music on while I'm doing dishes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to. I do like to do that. So
Yeah.
you know, if you ask me what I did last night,
What did you do last night?
I don't want to talk about it. I really don't.
Exciting Tuesday.
But this is kind of cool, you know. So here on This Is the Day, we have this warlord of a producer,
It's true.
Eric Vines. He's a taskmaster, and you know we've been doing this. I don't know, we're like 70-something episodes in on this gig, and every day he's just trying to weasel his way onto the show.
I've seen him on there a few times. It's worked.
I know. It's like we got to. You know, he kept just kind of like we got to have a
Yep.
producer cam, and
Yep.
well, you know, he was gone.
Yes.
For like a week. Like I can't believe we even had This Is the Day
Yeah.
without him. The way that I knew he was gone was when I realized that he's the one that cleans up after us. Because like yesterday we had union leaders just
All
stacked
over.
everywhere. There's empty water bottles, calendar pages. from
Stacks
the
of verse
closet.
of the day.
Just stuff everywhere. And I'm like, oh, that's what
We need
Eric
Eric.
does. He cleans up after
Yeah.
us. Yeah, it makes sense now. So due to the fact that I now have this newfound appreciation for this
Yep.
guy who's always like telling us what to do and everything else, trying to get on camera. Eric, you went on vacation. What'd you do on your summer vacation?
My summer vacation, perfect. So I went back to my hometown. I grew up in Kentucky, but lived a lot of my life in Northeast Tennessee, and then moved up here to New England. So I went back and got to see some family members. So I got back. This is the view of the place where I was staying. Gorgeous, just
Whoa.
the mountains in the background, bunches of trees, that random person's house, absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. But I also got to taste a little bit of the local cuisine. So this is me, my wife Avery, and my mother-in-law Leanne going to a place called Barbaritos. It's like a Chipotle, but like 50 times better. It's fantastic. But I was really there so I could be able to be a part of a wedding for a friend of mine. So this is all of us groomsmen hanging out, loving on the groom. His name's Tyler, awesome friend from college, known him for like 10 years at this point. We got to celebrate the wedding, so Avery and I, of course, we're throwing up, showing our street cred with bubbles in the background, showing what's up. And then finally I got to be able to see my parents while I was there. My parents live a couple hours away, so we got to spend a little bit of time with them. It was fantastic. Loved every minute of it, but glad to be back. Glad to be back with you all. It's been a pleasure.
Dude, that's awesome, Eric. Thank you.
Wow.
I'd like to run back those slides real fast
Yeah, I
and
had some
make
questions.
a few comments of my own. Yeah, let's look at those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you want to see?
Slide, I want to see.
You want
each
to see
of
that
them.
one?
Okay.
Looks like Tuscany.
Okay.
That is a lot of, that's encouraging.
I'm
That's
just
good.
wondering.
Yeah.
Does anybody hang out on that deck?
That
'Cause you
far
could get
deck
some
down
good
there?
people watching there.
A little bit,
true.
but I have actually never seen them in the probably 3 or 4 years that my in-laws have lived there. I've never seen a single soul back there.
Okay.
I actually honestly look at that picture though, and it makes me want to cut some trees down.
Yeah, it's a little.
really?
Oh
it's a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of
Like
trees
there
there.
looks like there's a great view peeking through there, but if you just took a chainsaw, cut down
Well,
some
that's-
trees.
because of your-
Picture does not do it justice.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Johanna feels
Okay.
closest to God when she's destroying plants.
Creation. Oh
Yeah.
no.
It's not just chopping
Went from
vegetables.
chopping
it's
kale
also
to I
cutting
want to cut
trees down.
trees now.
Chopping
I'm
more
a
green
lumberjack.
things. Come on.
Next picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Those look good.
They
Those-
do.
yeah, they've looked
Yeah,
fantastic.
I like food. Okay, next picture.
Okay, this one I had a question.
Yeah, you do.
I want to know what the story is with the pizza. It looks like pizza. That is just like he's like I think it's the groom, right?
It
the
is the
guy in the
groom,
black shirt.
yep.
He's very proudly displaying this like remaining bit of pizza.
Yep. That was a part of, so we all got our hair cut while we were a part of this bachelor party, and he had a slice of pizza, and we're like, you know what? Let's just carry him in our hands, and as he eats pizza, he was like, oh yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Okay, two quick comments.
Okay.
on that photo. Eric, I know you like to party.
Yeah, I do.
That bachelor party with the haircuts. That was, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Never going to forget that.
Never forget it.
And this is the perfect picture to describe your role on This Is the Day.
Continue.
You stand in the background, lifting nothing.
See, here's the thing, is I knew, to this picture, I was like, man, this picture is great. I love it. And I knew as soon as I showed that, I was like, I wonder if Bo is going to comment on the fact that I'm not helping whatsoever.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, I got to show one more. This one. Show the next one.
That one?
So how'd that audition for Ferris Bueller's Day Off on Broadway go for you?
Let me tell you,
Are you
they told me
Cameron?
to give me a call. They said, don't call us, we'll call you.
It's so great that they gave you his suspenders from
I know, right?
the actual
I actually still
movie.
have it, too.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Is that an off-Broadway thing?
It is.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right.
Wow.
I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah,
they
thanks
said
for,
that, don't call us, we'll call you. So
sure.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll give
Waiting
you all
for that
updates
call.
over the next couple days.
Thanks for showing what you did this week. All right.
Oh, well, someone had fun.
I enjoyed, I'm glad I wasn't there. I mean, I'd much rather take 5 minutes and do that than
You appreciated it
go
still.
there. I do. Hey, it's time for Verse of the Day.
Verse of the day.
On YouVersion Bible app gives us a daily verse of the day. Today's verse of the day is from John 3:36, verse of the day.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing. John chapter 3. People might be a little familiar with this chapter.
It might.
For
Have
God-
a famous one.
For God
Yeah.
so loved the world that he gave his one
Yep.
and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life.
16.
John 3:16 there. All right, so we go a little bit further down. So to just kind of give the context, everybody, there's this guy named Nicodemus. He's a Pharisee, so he's a member of the Jewish ruling council. He's got some leadership clout and power, and he's come in to talk to Jesus and find out a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's seen the miracles and heard him teach.
Yep.
And
He's got
and
questions.
He's got some questions, which are great. Jesus talks about being born again, and so
Yep.
he's like, whoa, what's that like? And
Right.
how does that happen? And so Jesus is explaining this to Nicodemus, and then John gives us some commentary, which John 3:16
Yep.
is like, okay, this is what that's about. And then in verse 36, it unpacks that a little bit more for us. So here's our verse of the day. It says, whoever believes in the Son has eternal life, but whoever rejects the Son will not see life, for God's wrath remains on them.
Ooh.
All right. I know it can be a little heavy, but I want you to see the beauty. I
Yeah.
want everybody to, I know you see it,
Yeah.
I assume, but I want everybody to catch the beauty of what God is telling us here.
Yeah.
Right? So, for God so loves the world that he would give his one and only Son.
Yeah.
So, God doesn't hate the world. God hasn't abandoned the world.
Not at all.
God hadn't washed his hands of the world.
Right.
God
Loves the world.
loves the world.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah.
That he would
Yeah.
come here in flesh and die for the world.
Yeah.
Now, as his church, then, I think it's important that we understand we are to love the world.
Like, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The way he does.
He does.
Yes.
So sometimes in the scriptures it talks about, do not be friends with the world and things like that. So that's a
Sure.
worldly mindset.
Sure.
So you have a couple of, same term, but kind of meaning some different things.
Right.
All right. So we are to love God and what he's doing in his eternal kingdom, but we love the world that we get to be a part of, and we share his love in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how he did it. So then you have this, whoever believes in the Son has eternal life, but whoever rejects the Son will not see life, for God's wrath remains on them. So this is dealing with the exclusivity, the exclusive
Right.
claim of Christ that he is the Savior, he's the Messiah, and salvation comes through him. Now it can be a bit troubling.
It's true.
Yeah. When you start hearing things about
Right.
God's wrath,
Right.
that's a bit troubling. But the cool thing about this is that and this is what I love about God and why New Englanders, I think, are really open and receptive to the gospel. It's like, boom, here you go.
Right.
You don't have to like it, but I'm going to tell it to you.
That is one of the things I love about him. He does not hide stuff from us.
No, here
at
it
all.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So his wrath
Yeah.
is holy. His wrath is good. His wrath is actually love because he is love. So everything he does is love. And so his wrath is real, and sin, the wages of sin or consequence of sin is death. It separates us from God, who is life. So he reconciles us to himself through his Son Jesus, who takes our sin, all that death inside of him. He dies on the cross.
Right.
And so if you believe in the Son, you now have eternal life, this gift. So I believe that Jesus, what he did, I need it, and it's sufficient, and it's good. But if I reject that,
Right.
so if I say, no, thank you,
Yeah.
I'd rather do things my own way and depend upon myself, well, now I've rejected this gift.
Right.
Like if I say, hey, here's a gift.
No thanks.
Okay, well,
I
I
don't
can't,
have it then.
I can't make you take it.
Yeah, no.
I have it for you.
No.
It's yours. I want you to have it. But if you don't accept
I'm not
it,
going to take it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it says God's wrath remains on them. And so this thing about God's wrath, cool word. I'm gonna give that to you.
I will take it.
I knew you would. Have you ever heard the word propitiation?
I have heard the word.
Propitiation.
I think it could use some explaining.
Well, let's all say it together. Everybody.
Propitiation.
Yeah. Okay, let's say it together. You ready?
Ready.
Propitiation. Okay, so propitiation is where it means that God took out his own wrath upon himself. Basically, just real kind of simple, definite, big word. You'll never use it in just regular conversation, but sometimes it's kind of cool to have like a different word for something to explain it. Propitiation. So God took his wrath out upon himself so that we would not experience that, and it's by grace we're saved. Isn't that great?
Think about that.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, God so loved you
Yeah.
that he would send his only son, and he would take his wrath out on himself so that you can receive this gift.
Yep.
Yeah, so don't reject it.
Yeah, don't reject it.
Ah, it's such
He's
a good gift.
offering it to you.
Love that
Wow.
verse. Yeah, thanks for helping me
it's good.
unpack that a little bit. All right. Now, I'm just curious, you know?
Sure.
So we saw where Eric Vines went. I didn't even actually listen to where he was. Did you?
I heard something about Tennessee at one point. There are a few states that he listed a couple of them.
Did he? I'm not going to ask. I don't. But I wasn't paying attention.
I think it was Tennessee.
I don't know. Yeah.
Tennessee's
Yes. Got it.
You know what? I'm not down on Tennessee. Nashville's a great town. I love.
Yeah. Never
love
been.
That town.
Would
It's
love
really
to go.
cool.
Yeah.
Memphis, cool town.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beale Street. Yeah, love me some Tennessee. But been there. That's probably why I
Okay.
wasn't all that interested. But you, on the other hand, like you are this world traveler, and I get nervous, and so I love to live vicariously through you. And so you've been to so many places. You research and think about other places, and you really like God so loves the world. You love this world.
Yeah. I do.
Even though you want to chop down everything. But you love this world.
I really do.
I like to ask you today,
Yes.
where in the world is Johanna Beachy?
Yes. Okay. Well, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Parlez-vous français?
No.
Because we're going to France.
Oui.
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 We're going to France. This is a country that I really appreciate. I have been interested in it for years. I finally got to go visit it, just a short little trip a couple years ago. But here's the thing. I am European American. So the majority of my ancestors who migrated here to the Americas came from France, like half of them came from France. And so I've always been kind of interested in the country. I've always wanted to learn the language. I do not really speak French. I took it in school. And I studied it with Duolingo for like a year, but now I've stopped using it. Like if you don't have it around you, you don't. Anyway, so I don't really speak French very much, but I can say like, je m'appelle Johanna. My name is Johanna.
Bo.
You would say like, je m'appelle Bo.
Je m'appelle Bo.
There you go, you got it. But yeah, we're going to France, we're gonna go visit there. But here's the thing you gotta know about France. It is actually the #1 tourist destination in the world. So annually, more people, more tourists go visit France than any other country. So it has a big reputation. Like people know a lot, they hear a lot about France, they think they understand what it is. And so I thought it might be kind of fun to look at some stuff that maybe you don't usually hear about France, and maybe even do a little bit of myth busting about France, because it's actually a really cool country, and there's so much more to it than just like the tourist reputation that it has. Because usually, obviously, people think like Paris, Eiffel Tower, that type of stuff. And it's true, Paris is a beautiful city for sure. But France actually has almost the largest like square kilometers of any country in Europe. It's actually the largest country in the European Union. And it's second only to Russia in the entirety of Europe. So it's a huge country. And they have a ton of countryside and farms and agriculture. And we don't always see that side of France. So they have this beautiful countryside. I got to drive through it because we were in Spain, and then we were driving through the countryside, staying a couple places. We did go to Paris. We like stopped in there and saw it, but it was the countryside that I thought was so amazing. In fact, France is the #1 agricultural exporter in Europe. They
Makes
export like tons of stuff. Their top is wine, no surprise there. Milk, beef is another one. And then their very top, like highest exporter are sugar beets.
Sugar beets.
Sugar beets, which I don't really know what the difference is between a sugar beet and a regular beet, but apparently France has a lot of sugar beets, and they send them all around the place. Another cool thing about France is that they were the first country in the world to create a ban on throwing away food. So they were like in restaurants and in grocery stores, you can't just throw away food when you don't want it anymore if it gets like a little bit bruised, but it's still good. Because apparently a lot of places around the world do that. They just toss it. And France was like, no, you need to donate it somewhere people can still use the food. So they're like very economical in that sense. And they're like, food should be used and go. So they banned throwing away and wasting food, which I think is actually pretty cool. But one of the coolest things that I got to see while I was in France, so again, I had never heard of this before, didn't even know that it was in France, but it's something called the Pile Dune. We have a couple pictures because this is amazing to see. So it's basically like a mountain, but it's sand. It's a dune. So that is me and our friend Ruben hiking up the Pile Dune, and then you get to the top and you see the Atlantic Ocean and the sunset, and it's like, whoa. We didn't want to come down. Like, I could have just stayed up there for days. It was otherworldly. It was beautiful, so amazing. It was really cool. So France has a lot of beautiful countryside and scenery, but I think the biggest thing I took away when I visited France, and this is the little bit of myth busting we're gonna do. So France has a little bit of a reputation that if you go there, people will be mean to you. They will be rude. But I experienced the complete opposite. People in France were so friendly and so kind everywhere that I went. And I think there's a couple things that we can learn from this. One, let's not go places expecting people to be rude and mean. Like, that's probably not setting up a good encounter if you just already think that that person's gonna be rude to you. Like, go with the expectation that you can be friendly. And the other thing, there was this cool encounter that I had that honestly, like, made me experience what it would be like when we pray for one. Like, I was on the receiving end of that. See, we were driving back from Paris, and we were in the countryside somewhere, and we really needed to stop and get gas. And we were trying to find a gas station, and so it was few and far between. So we finally found a gas station, and we stopped at it because we were almost out of gas, and we were gonna fill it up, but our cards wouldn't work there. And we couldn't, there was no like attendant to give us like euros to, and our cards weren't working for some reason. They had worked other places, and we were like, what are we gonna do? We're stranded here, our cards aren't working. And there was this French gentleman, very kind man. He pulled up on the pump next to us, and it was like he was on the lookout for how could I be kind to someone today. And he noticed that we were like kind of stranded, and he came over to talk to us. We kind of did some like sign language and like a teeny bit of French that we knew and figured it out. And so he paid for our gas. And we did give him some euros because we were like really thankful, but he offered, he was like, I'll just pay for your gas for you. Aww. And I was like, that is just a cool encounter. And it made me, I've never forgotten him. I never forgotten that encounter because I was like, that was just a cool example of like sharing love with someone. So yeah, France, people in France are actually very friendly, was my experience with it anyway. Okay. So don't be thinking they're not. So yeah, France, there we go. All right. Some stuff you maybe never knew.
Well, kind of make me want to be is it a Francophile?
A Francophile, yeah, French speaking.
Yeah, somebody's just like...
Yeah, there's like 20-something countries in the world that are Francophile countries.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, so what you described sounded a lot to me like New Hampshire.
Sure,
Honestly.
Yeah,
like,
similar.
Like it's got this reputation for, that was the thing too, like, yes, France is, if you have more tourists coming in than any other, country in Europe, you do get a little irritated with that. That's understandable.
Sure.
I get that.
Yeah.
I do question a little bit about your ability to judge niceness.
Okay.
Not a personal thing, just you're from here. So I'm not sure that you really know anything different.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's not an accusation. Just one of
it
those
was
things.
nice on a New England level. We'll say that.
I got really fixated on the sugar beets thing.
The sugar beets.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I was like, I'm not sure we have sugar beets in the U.S., but I know we have sweet beets. And I think we are the largest exporter of sweet beets in the world.
Are we really?
Yeah, Dr. Dre, he keeps kicking them out, all those sweet beets. Wow.
There you go.
Okay, it was worth a shot.
I got it eventually.
I know. Awesome. France.
Yeah,
The place where you can see cows and
lots of cows, lots of
Farmland
windmills, farmland,
not find gas.
sugar beets.
Or you could just
Yep.
drive an hour in any direction from here.
That's true.
Okay. That was awesome. All right, not so awesome.
Okay.
My closet calendar.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right. Gotta
What'd they
get in
do
there.
today?
Got in there. We got a new word.
Okay.
Word I've never heard before.
I like learning new words.
I do too, usually. So my closet calendar, it gives us this new word. The word, I think we have a picture of it, is pathetic.
Interesting.
It's spelled like, I think like pathetic. Pathetic.
Pathetic.
And it's an adjective. Pathetic. It's characterized by triteness or sentimentalism.
Huh. Wow.
Triteness, I'm not sure the definition. I would kind of almost like closet calendar, like I looked on the back, like could you use it in a sentence? Pathetic.
Pathetic. Yeah. Are triteness and sentimentalism that similar to each other?
Well, I think they're using sentiment. I think it's a negative term. It's a negative
it
adjective.
seems like it.
Yeah, it's pathetic. And it feels like it's like saying it's trite and like things that are sentimental aren't
Are
as
trite?
Yeah, they're trite.
Huh.
They're not as important. Like they don't have real value.
That's not what I thought they were going to go. When I heard the word pathetic, I thought it was going to be like the stuff that you use when you're going to take a bath.
Oh, like
Bath accessories.
pertaining to a bath.
Pertaining to a bath.
Right, like
like pathetic. Like you need to get your pathetic supplies. No, that's not the direction they
Well,
went.
unless they're sentimental and trite, I suppose.
Then I guess they would be. Yeah,
Like,
they would
here's
be your
this-
pathetic.
Here's this bar of soap that's been handed down in our
Yeah.
family for generations.
Or like a rubber ducky that you've had
Rubber
forever.
ducky. Yeah, it could be. Those might be pathetic.
Yeah.
I thought about Drew's This Is Day mug.
Okay.
It's pretty pathetic. I thought about that.
Yeah, it could be described that way.
I mean, like this is the real deal. I mean, this has real value
that's
right
it.
here. You know,
Yep.
you share the show, you might get one of these bad boys, but that This Is Day
Yeah.
mug, that was kind of pathetic.
No, it was pathetic.
It's
Pathetic. It's so similar.
so close. I know.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, new
so,
word.
All right, closet calendar. I'm not sure how I'm ever going to use that.
I don't know if I ever will.
And nobody would know what you
But
meant.
I've got it tucked in my head now
Okay.
in case an opportunity ever comes up.
Yep.
I'd be like, that's pathetic.
And then in our kitchen, we have this calendar
Yep.
on the fridge, and it gives us a national day to celebrate. So today's interesting. I'm not sure what your take on this is.
Okay. All right.
But apparently we're celebrating National UFO Day.
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
UFO.
So clarification, like UFO.
Unidentified flying object. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So it's a national day to celebrate UFOs.
Right. Like, you know how
Huh.
it's in, you know, it's kind of cultural phenomenon.
Sure.
You have the movies,
Yeah.
and, you know, particularly like after like
Yeah.
that War of the Worlds thing.
Right.
You know, that Orson Welles did, the
Yeah,
radio
I mean,
show.
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah, the sightings went up.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
And people were, all of a sudden they started seeing more, you know.
Sure. Yeah, they were saying they did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever seen a UFO?
Well, see, that's the thing. I haven't ever seen one, and I feel like usually they pick days that you can celebrate of stuff that you know are real, like that you can hold in your hand.
Right. Yeah.
And
things
without
that-
ever having a
that mean
sighting,
something.
it's hard to celebrate something that you've never experienced.
I find that to be true, like because I hear these people and they're like, I saw it in the sky, and I couldn't take my eyes off it, and I just froze there, and the lights came down, and it went up into the spacecraft, and there were things, and they examined me.
Right.
I'm like, I don't know.
I'm just not convinced yet.
Video
Without
evidence,
personal.
maybe?
Maybe video
Maybe video
evidence would
evidence?
help me to believe that and be able to celebrate UFOs. Like,
And usually there's like a reasonable explanation, like there was a, I don't know, like a weather balloon
Sure.
in the area.
yeah, they usually end up getting explained.
drones, you know,
Yep.
things of that nature.
Yeah, like it was unidentified to you, but not to other people.
And wouldn't
You know,
it make
yeah.
sense that
Yeah.
if there were UFOs, there would also be aliens?
You would think so.
One
like,
would
and I've never seen one of those, so
I haven't either.
I don't know. I'm a little skeptical, I guess, to
don't
be
know.
honest. Yeah,
This is a
I
day.
need, like-
I don't know. This is a day I just can't celebrate.
yeah.
I don't know.
I need like the evidence of my eyes, and then I will be able to actually celebrate a day like this.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
We agree.
So,
Cool.
okay, there we go.
There you go. All right. Sorry, people.
Well.
You know what? We didn't mean to ridicule anybody.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you've had a UFO sighting, I guess you could celebrate today.
Yes, you can. If this is a big day for you,
Yeah.
National UFO Day. Go get them. All right. So, Johanna.
Yes, Bo.
You know, we have Motivation Monday.
Yes.
We got some Tuesdays tips.
Yep.
And then Wednesdays Wonder.
Wednesday Wonder.
And you know, you join us on Wednesdays. You got something wonderful for
Yeah.
us? What do you got?
I do have something wonderful that actually got sparked by something that was mentioned yesterday.
Okay.
So you could almost say it was almost like a Tuesday tip prompted a Wednesday wonder.
Ooh, I love how that works.
A little bit.
Like days like feeding into one another.
Yeah. Because something was mentioned briefly yesterday, and then when I went and actually looked at this and found more information, I was like, this is wonderful.
All right.
This needs to be shared. So it was briefly mentioned, but so Spain, the country of Spain, has been in lockdown, and they're just recently lifting all of that. So they're starting to do some things that are fun as a country to celebrate that. And the Barcelona Opera House decided that we're going to have, a little opera concert and play some music, but they weren't having people in yet. So they had plants in all of the seats of the opera house. There were 2,292 plants in this opera house.
Oh, wow.
And the musicians performed for them, like actually played music for them. I think that looks wonderful,
It's
but I was
pretty.
curious, like, it was very pretty.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what did it sound like? I mean, what was this plant opera concert? And so I tracked down a video to share with you all to enjoy the wonder of, apparently they are playing Puccini, which I don't really know what that means, so I figured we should listen to it together and experience the wonder of this plant opera concert.
Sweet.
There you go, a plant opera. Now you know, and you have experienced the wonder of plants being sung to. Played to.
Whoa.
Yep. You all right over there?
Is it still, this is the day?
It is, this is the day. It's Wednesday today. It's a Wednesday wonder today.
That was so wonderful.
That's Puccini, apparently.
That was sweet.
Never knew.
Like
Yeah.
a little lullaby.
Yeah. The coolest thing about this is that afterwards they are giving all of these plants to healthcare workers.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Oh,
they're
sure. Give
donating
them something else to take care of.
Yeah, they got to take care of that too.
Come on. You spend all day taking care of sick people. Now you got to take care of these plants.
But
That's just cruel.
potentially,
That's
hang on,
cruel.
the plants may be super healthy because they say playing music to plants is very good for them.
Well, think about it. The plant's
So-
expectation is so high now. They're like, what?
Where's my Puccini?
What? I just had this world-renowned orchestra playing
Yeah.
for me, and now I'm
Yeah.
in your apartment?
Like, where's my velvet seat? Where are my co-plant experience, like opera? Yeah, no, it's true.
This
They're
is
gonna be
a
stuck on
recipe
some
for
balcony
disaster.
somewhere. Poor plants. I feel bad for the plants now.
You feel bad for plants. You know, chop them up.
There you go, though.
At least you're singing them worship music.
Yeah. I'll worship while I cut them up.
All right.
Yeah. Wednesday Wonder.
That was
Pretty wonderful.
yeah, that was pretty cool. All right. You know what that is?
A union leader.
Union leader, world-renowned newspaper that did have that Wednesday Wonder in it on Tuesday.
Yes.
Look at
they
that.
did.
Union leader, you're like,
Premier paper.
killing it here. Way to
They
go.
are.
Right here on the front page. There's
Yes.
a headline that I know you just saw it over there.
I saw it and I was like, whoa, what?
Caught your eye.
It did.
And so the subject matter is animals, which we love.
Yes.
And it says, lovelorn pig meets tragic end. What?
That's just such a great head. Like, it makes me want to be like, what? I need to read. What is going on?
Pulitzer Prize winning
Yes.
paper just for their headlines alone.
Yes, it's true.
You don't have to read the article.
You don't even need the article.
I did
although-
not read this article. So
Okay.
right below it, it gives I didn't read the article, but it says,
Sure.
this lovelorn pig, he escaped from a farm and was shot running into a highway acting aggressively.
Wow.
Yeah, I know exactly what happened. So this pig, his name's Brick.
That's a good name for a big
His
Brick.
name's Big. Well, it
Brick
was
the pig.
Brick. Yeah, Brick the boar.
Okay.
He's a boar.
Brick the boar.
Yeah, and so he's a breeder pig.
All
They
right.
got him out. He's a stud
Yep.
boar brick the
And he
the
broke
pig.
out.
So that's why he's lovelorn. So he broke out looking for love,
Yep.
and he acted aggressively towards a Volkswagen Beetle on the highway
And someone,
and got shot. He
him.
mistook it for a lovely lady
Wow.
pig, apparently. And
that's New Hampshire for you though. Someone's like, I've got my gun ready to go in case the pig runs out on the highway.
get off my car, pig! I'll shoot you.
Wow.
He gone.
Poor pig, poor
All
Brick.
right.
Oh well, he had a few moments of freedom.
The Segway production's stopping. Did you see that?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it didn't take off.
Huh.
Yeah, not enough mall cops.
Maybe they'll have some discounted ones that you can get then, or maybe they'll become like hard to get, like exclusive. I would like to ride on one.
Yeah, rolling to a stop.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry. I know that's like, in New
man.
Hampshire, we're like proud of that.
Yeah.
That's where the Segway was in.
That's
That's
true.
great. Okay, small
We
prayer.
are.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, I do. I love the small,
prayer. Bottom right corner, right
Okay.
above the barcode, you get a small prayer. And union leader. It says, may we be willing to come over to your side of the line in the sand, Lord. Amen.
Huh.
I think it goes right in line with the verse of the day.
Yeah.
He puts a line. He's like, here, come to me.
Yeah.
Receive this gift. I invite you in.
It's true.
But if you don't want to, come into his kingdom,
Right.
then you have a choice.
The imagery in that was so good that it kind of lost me because then I was immediately just picturing being at the beach and like sand castles and the sand and everything. But yeah, when I stop and think what they're saying there, I'm like, yeah, it's true. It does go in line with that.
Chuckle.
Let's
Why not?
see
Let's
if it
do it.
happens.
I'm
They
in.
got it once.
Gastrointestinal medicine is an excellent career. That is, if you have the stomach for it. Come on, that was,
All right.
come on.
All right.
That was pretty solid there.
Gosh.
All right.
It's not Father's Day anymore.
It's
That was a
Wednesday.
dad joke.
Wednesday, we got our flavors.
Yeah, food.
Berrylicious.
I love berries. Berrylicious.
My shortcake's berrylicious, baby. All right. I don't know what that meant. but,
Well.
that's weird.
It's strawberry season, right?
I guess so.
I think so.
I don't know. Chop them up.
Looks like a lot of
Sing them some
strawberries.
worship songs. All right, then we got this other article in here.
In an article.
Yeah. It's Drew struggles with this article, but I
Yeah.
find it to just be very enlightening and
Good.
insightful.
That's good.
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
very super encouraging. Like one of the best articles I've ever read in the paper.
Uh-huh.
And so here we go. It looks like a sunset.
Okay.
And we got this little boy and this little girl. His hands are just in his pockets. They're gazing. This is a quiet moment, like a
It looks like
very
it.
peaceful moment.
Yeah.
And she says, boy, we sure wore this day to a stub.
Interesting.
They just wore the day out.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yep.
talking to her little brother. Boy, hey, man, we just wore this day to a stub.
They do look happy.
I know.
It's interesting language choice.
Wore the day to a stub. Got
Or the
after
day to a
it.
stub. I feel like it's something like an 85-year-old woman would say.
I know, that's what's cute about kids, you know?
Yeah, well, that's true. They do tend to like surprise you with language that you think an old person would say, and a 5-year-old is saying it.
And then
Yeah.
sometimes they're so wise, like wise beyond their years. I think that's, I don't know. I like that.
Man, like that brother-sister dynamic there, like it's just really sweet to see their relationship growing and they're spending time together.
Yeah.
Like it seems like they spent the whole day together.
The whole day, and they're not
Well,
fighting, they're not
They're
arguing.
outside
Yeah,
in
they
nature.
wore the day
I'm
to
all
a
about
nub.
that. Well,
That's
good job.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I thought there was something else in here that was, that kind of caught my eye. Oh yeah, this right here. There's a warning issued right here. Water warning issue. It says, beware of blue-green algae in New Hampshire lakes. I'm not a lakeologist, but I'm just gonna say, water that looks like that, no thank you.
It doesn't look good. I mean, I
don't-
wouldn't go in that.
I don't need a warning.
No.
My eyes tell me.
All right, stay away from the blue-green algae.
Don't do it. Don't go
Yeah.
there. Okay. All right,
I wonder if it dyes you blue-green.
like an Easter egg?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Actually, it probably doesn't do that. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
People
no,
are going to
people
go
are like-
jump in it and try.
Yeah. Warning.
Let's see.
Warning. The paper
No,
says.
it says not to do it.
Paper says don't do it.
Yeah.
All right. Hey. So at MCC we do this thing called Rooted.
Yes, we do.
10-week discipleship journey.
Yep.
Gives you tools for a
Today's
lifetime
Rooted Rhythm.
of following Jesus. And Sue Kelso, our
Yes.
connections pastor, she's been giving us some Rooted challenge videos. So we have one from her. Let's watch.
Love it. Let's see it.
Today's Rooted Rhythm Challenge is about praying. See, it is by grace that we have a compassionate Heavenly Father who hears our prayers and He responds out of His love for His glory and our good. This truth is life-changing just on its own, but here's something else that continues to encourage me. See, it doesn't matter how messy my prayers are. All throughout the Psalms, I can read prayers that are riddled with fear and with anger and doubt and exhaustion and confusion. So let's continue to pray, and let's continue to pray with hope and faith and expectancy, not just for ourselves, but also on behalf of others. So today's Rooted Challenge is I encourage you to set aside some time, pause and ask God, who do you want me to pray for? Think of someone maybe specific, and maybe they have a need that you can bring right before our God. Our prayers matter, and God hears us. He promises to walk through every storm. And today, also, pray for one person to share God's love with. I'm so thankful that you're part of this Rooted Rhythm Challenge as we pursue a life of rhythm together. Back to you, Bo and Drew.
Thank you, Sue. That is such a good challenge. Like, not only be spending time in prayer, but like pick someone that you can pray for. Pick a person that you're like, I'm going to be intentional and be praying for this person. I love that idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I like to look at my calendar while I'm praying in the morning just to see who I'm maybe encountering and meeting with, and then I'll pray for those people that
it's a great idea.
that might be in the calendar by name.
Yep.
Yeah, and then leading up to that changes the whole dynamic.
It does.
All right, quickly, time for Everyday with Jesus. Quick, because it's daily devotions in 140 characters or less.
Meant to be a little,
boom, there it is. Just another way to think about God and meditate on the scriptures and wrestle with something a little bit. And so also want to let you know so it's a book, but there's also a Facebook page that you can join and get these every day. So today's says the thought is obedience to God changes the world. Disobedience perpetuates the ho-hum. Are you a world changer or a ho-hummer? I thought it was fun. All right, 2 Corinthians 9, verse 13 is the verse. It says, because of the service by which you have proved yourselves, men will praise God for the obedience that accompanies your confession of the gospel of Christ, and for your generosity in sharing with them and with everyone else. Boom. So here's the deal. When you think about your life, are you being obedient to God, sharing His love, sharing His encouragement, sharing the show? I threw that in. But if you are, then you're a world changer because it will cause others to praise God because of you.
It's true. And here's the thing I like about that too, and this is the truth. Obedience is what is exciting.
Yes.
Disobedience is
boring.
Like sometimes we get this wrong idea. It's the other way around. No, it's the obedience and following God and what He says to do. That is what is exciting.
Yeah, so the ho-hum thing, like ho-hum. That's why I really love the family circus today. They wore that day to a nub.
Right.
They got out there and got after it. Yeah, and it was not a ho-hum day. It was a humdinger of a day.
It sounded like it.
Different things. All right, awesome. We play a little Trivial Pursuit?
Yes, please.
Let's do it. All right.
All right.
So right here, we've got the 1981 edition of Trivial Pursuit. Cards are outdated and extra trivial. We're going to play the game. Hold up the fun dip real quick.
You
could win one of these. You get a fun dip. You get all 6 right, play along, type your answers in, make a guess. I'm going to guess at all 6. If you get them all right, we'll send you a congratulatory fun dip in the mail. So we've drawn a card at random and play along. Let us know how many you get right. Let's do this.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Blue.
Geography.
Where does a car with a sticker bearing the letters CH come from?
CH. Where does it come from? Like a country, right?
Yep.
Man, like CH. You think of countries that start with CH, but I don't think that's right. My guess is Switzerland.
Ding! You got it.
All right, Switzerland.
Good start.
Sweet.
All right. Pink.
Pink is entertainment.
Okay. Who made his electric debut at Newport on August 24th, 1965?
Electric debut.
Electric debut.
All right, so we got some clues here. You got, it's art in entertainment.
Yep.
So electric, so I'm gonna go with Bob Dylan.
Got it. All right, we're starting strong.
Yep.
Yellow.
Yellow, history.
Yes. Who said England expects every man will do his duty?
Did he say it like
I'm
that?
guessing so. It just seems like a sentence that needs to be
I feel
said
like
that
he would
way.
have had a cigar, though, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. I picture him like at a podium. England expects every man will do his duty.
Well, there's a few answers you could give here, but my educated guess and the most common answer would be Winston Churchill.
No.
Nope. Chamberlain?
No.
Nope.
No. Before him, I think.
Even back
Horatio Nelson.
Horatio Nelson.
Horatio Nelson.
Okay.
Would that be Admiral Nelson? Maybe.
Here's the thing
Okay.
with that. I'm sure lots of people said that.
I think a lot of people probably have, but he was the answer they were looking
Winston
for.
Churchill did say it.
All
He
right.
quoted him.
Brown.
Brown, literature. Art and
Yes.
literature.
What was Captain Marvel's magic word?
Captain Marvel's magic word? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm gonna say the only word that comes to my mind, Shazam.
You got it.
Oh my god. Thanks,
it?
Gomer Pyle, for that. Didn't I
Shazam.
Shazam!
Yep. That was the one. Shazam. All right.
All right.
Okay. Green.
Green, science and nature.
How many days does a typical mayfly live?
How many days does a typical mayfly live?
Yep.
30. 7? 1. 0. 1.
One.
Yeah, 1.
One.
Come on.
1. They throw you with the days, plural, but it's 1.
They did.
Yeah. They make you seem like it would be more than that,
Okay.
but
Yeah, a little tricky.
I don't know if that's
Little
grammatically
trickery.
correct for mass days and then it'd be
How
1,
many
but
day?
it's 1. Orange.
Orange, sports and leisure.
How many points are there on a backgammon board?
Oh, well, I've been playing backgammon a
Okay.
little bit. I just hadn't played in a while.
Don't know that I've ever played it.
How many points are on
How
it?
many points are there on a backgammon board?
I don't know. 100.
Less.
Okay, what is it?
24. A lot less.
Way less.
24 points on a backgammon board.
Well, I play another kind of backgammon. I play 100-point
All right.
backgammon.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. All right.
It's like half, right?
I got 4 out of 6, I
Oh,
believe.
all right. More
Yeah.
than half.
Yeah,
There you go.
same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you got all 6 right, let us know. We'll
Let us
send you
know.
congratulatory fun dip in the mail. Only way to
Yep.
get a fun dip is get all 6 right.
Only way.
Only way to get one of these mugs, share the show.
Share the show.
Clicking to share might get a mug. Not too late.
Yep.
All right, it's time for a little thing we like
Mm-hmm.
to do here called JoJo's Boom Boom Book Review.
Yes.
I just love saying that. You're
All
a
right.
ferocious reader. Let's see what
My
you got.
3 books that I'm going to recommend for you today. We'll start with the kids' book.
Okay.
Because let's start with the fun. All right, this one is really sweet. A friend of mine recommended this. She reads it with her preschool age kiddos. It's called Miss Rumphius, which I think is a very fun name. The reason I really like this one, so the storyline is great. It's based on a true story, actually. A lady wrote this book on the story of her great aunt, set up in Maine. But the cool thing is, like, she gets to be a little bit older later in life, and she feels like, I can still contribute. What can I do to make the world beautiful? So she goes around and plants lupine flowers all around her town. But I just like the artwork in this one. It's a good story for kids. It's really a lot about, like, even little things make a difference, and you can contribute. And so, sweet one for kids. I would recommend it. Set in a local place up in Maine. I like the artwork a lot.
Yeah, cool artwork.
Yeah, with kids' books, the pictures need to be good.
Yeah, like the drawings.
Yeah, the drawings, the illustrations. Yeah, so Miss Rumphius is one I would recommend for kiddos, tested with kids, and it works very well. All right, next up, I'm going to do one of my all-time favorite fiction series. This is the first one in the series. It's called The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. It is an English author, Alan Bradley. He writes these mystery series. The main character in this is an 11-year-old named Flavia De Luce.
Flavia.
Flavia De Luce, and she's also a chemist. So he's hilarious. They're really great. I love this series a lot. Found it at the library, so I would recommend it. If you like mystery books, it's set in England. Great characters, great writing. This is the first one, Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie. I do not rate books. I rate all my books on Goodreads, but you can rate them 1 to 5. I don't rate books at 5 very often. This is a 5-star
wow.
for me.
Okay.
So, yes, another 5-star for me. This one, This has had a big impact on my life. This one is called Revolution in World Missions by K.P. Johanna. He's the guy that started Gospel for Asia. I read this book and it made me want to stay here in New England and tell people about Jesus when I was planning to go back to Africa. So this is just his story. It's really cool. And he just shares a lot about like how God reached him and how he started this organization where he felt called to like share Jesus with people in his own culture. And so that's what I really love about this book is it's a lot about like you can be a part of whatever God is doing in the place that you live. So I love this book a lot. It's had a big impact on me, Revolution in World Missions. And if you go Gospel for Asia, they usually sell them and you can support the organization too, which is kind of cool. So Revolution in World Missions is a favorite of mine. Those are the 3 for today. Miss Rumphius, Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, and Revolution in World Missions. There you go.
Okay, Johanna, I didn't see what books you had over there, but when you pulled out that Revolution in World Missions, that is a book I read in college.
Okay, yeah.
So while I was at Texas A&M, I got a hold of a copy of that book by K.P. Johanna and read that book, and it was very life-altering and worldview changing for me. I would say that's one of the reasons why I'm in New England right now.
Look at that.
Texas to here that book was extremely foundational for me, so much so. So I've never rated a book on Goodreads, and I never will, because
Are you on there?
Well, as one who writes books and people put stars associated with them, it's soul-crushing and horrific, and you're like, you didn't get it at all, and so I don't look at those things, and I will never do it. That's fine that people do. I was not.
Yes.
However, let me say this. So while I've never done that, when I was in college and had absolutely no money at all, I read that book. I went, I contacted via phone, which I don't use the phone. I don't call people because it's pre-internet.
Yes.
Use the phone, long distance.
Okay.
I called Gospel for Asia's office and found out how to do it. Then I wrote a check, mailed it to them for a case of books.
What?
They sent me an entire case of books to my dorm.
Yeah.
And I gave them out for a year to anybody I thought would read it.
Wow.
It's the only time I've ever done that.
That's so cool. I have gotten copies of these and given them out to people.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That was really
so
cool.
good.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up.
That's a really good one. Should read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so everybody out there, go ahead and go on Goodreads and rate my books.
I have rated some of your books 5-star.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know 1 or 5.
Never mind, I didn't. I don't even know they exist.
No, I want you to read them.
Wait, what?
I want you to read them.
Okay, I've read them, but I have not rated them.
Why are you lying now? This is terrible.
Anyway, Revolution in World Missions.
So good. So good.
Yep.
Love that. All right. I'm trying to think. We don't really have time for sermon remix
No?
today.
Okay.
No.
Well, what should we chat about then?
Well,
I mean, I could just keep talking about this book.
Well,
I could keep
know,
talking about books for like 3 hours.
I know you love to read. I
do.
haven't started the one I borrowed from you, the
Murder at the Vicarage?
Yeah, because I have a stack, and it's in the stack.
No, me
and
too.
I go through a phase where I have a really hard time reading.
Yeah.
And then I'll read like 10 books in a month or something like that. And it's in the stack, and I started reading Something Wicked This Way Comes. Ray Bradbury, have you ever?
I've never read that one.
I
Wait,
haven't
did he
either.
do Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit
451?
Yeah. I think I've read that one.
Yeah. So, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Neat little.
As long as you're reading something for fun, that's what I really add. I like reading books for fun. I think everyone should have something in there like enjoyable.
I don't want to read anything that is not enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't know why all of a sudden reading became a chore.
I mean, I use it for learning and studying sometimes.
Do you not enjoy learning and studying?
I do enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
But
I do
sometimes
too.
I've like learned stuff that's like, I wouldn't call it fun. It's like challenging. But no, I still like that too. It's still fun. It's a
That's what
different
I'm
type
saying.
of fun, that's
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
No, it's fun.
No, that's true.
But
Yeah.
I think that's part of the thing is people have come to believe that reading is a chore.
Yeah, no.
So even like they talk about reading like it's a badge of honor too, because it goes back to
That's
when we were
just weird.
I know when I was in elementary school we had the chart.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had this big chart and everybody's name was on it, and every time you read a book, you'd bring it in and show it to the teacher, and she'd put a gold star on it. And Loa Patman, they kept having to put more poster boards up, like all around the room.
Okay, I think this is significant in why I like reading, because I escaped that as a homeschooler. I didn't have to do book reports. And I didn't compete with other people for how many books I had read, so reading was just about fun.
Well, and of course, you know me, I found a loophole.
Okay.
I went and got books like, Garfield. And things that you bring
Yeah.
Yep. And so
can just
since
read right
the
through
teacher
'em.
knew, what was up,
Yeah.
I was like top 5. You want to be more than top 5. You go beyond top 5, and you're
Right.
like 1 or 2. Yeah, it's social suicide in 4th grade.
Oh, no.
I made that up. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
Hey, this is the day,
This is the day.
and I hope you get some more coffee.
I am gonna go find some more coffee.
But
But hey, this was good. This lifted my spirits.
Yeah, we wore this day to a nub. So we'll catch you tomorrow on This Is the Day.